Hello everybody. Today I'm going to talk about a problem that I'm having with the virtual network gateway. I usually use OpenVPN as my client for connecting to a VPN, but I have decided to start trying out the Azure client. I'll talk a little bit about what's the issue, then I'll jump to see how you can validate if you're having the same problem. And then from it, what we can do, I can show you how to fix it, or not to fix it, how to work around the issue. Cool. So for that first, let me jump into this resource that I have here, this virtual network gateway, right? So what is the issue that I'm facing? When we configure this gateway, the idea is that more than one user can jump into it. We are not using a centralized CA. What we are doing is for this, it's a lab. It's an experiment that we're doing. So for this lab, what we're doing is each developer, each team member generates each self-signed certificate. We do take our public key from that self-signed certificate. We base64, we go, we install it here, we bring it here, right? Ideally, what happens that your public key will tell the client, hey, any client certificate that is signed by one of these authorities is okay to connect to the VPN. So you can see we have different users coming here and adding their certificate. And what we typically do is we come here and we download the VPN client, right? Like any other time, like any time that you're trying to configure the point-to-site client, you go, you download it. It takes a little bit of time. It has to create the client, download different files, and render the configuration. But it should be really soon. Here it is, right? You can see I have been downloading. Been playing with it for a little bit. Now let's open it. You have different configurations. I did try this Windows AMD 64. I'll create another video about what's the purpose of the solution that we're trying to configure or trying to use. But with this one, I couldn't get the DNS working. Instead, with the OpenVPN or the Azure VPN, I managed to make it work. With with the OpenVPN client, what I would have to do is get my certificate, my public key, no, sorry, my public key, yeah, and my private key from my client certificate and add it in there. With Azure VPN, ideally, what you get is a client that is working. So let me come here, let me extract all. Okay, cool. Coolio. So we're here. Now I have this Azure VPN client, and ideally all that I should do is jump into the client, import this configuration, and it should work. So I'll try that and I'll show you what is the issue that I'm facing. So we're going to come here, let me copy this path, import file. I'm going to import it. And when I do this, what you can see is the client certificate. The certificate information comes empty, even though two of the certificates that are here are in my store. I'll show you in a minute, but that's the issue that I'm facing. So if you want to fix that, what I did is the following. First, let's find out what is the issue that we're facing. So let me open this with a code where it says open with this code. Cool. Now I'm going to bring, where is it? Ah, here. One second. Bring it here. Cool. So what is happening? What you can see here is the configuration. This is the VPN configuration. Can clearly say that there's only one client auth. We have 4 certificates, sorry, in here. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, but it is saying that only one client authority exists. And this certificate that is in here, the one that is configuring here, does not this key is not mine. It is the one from one of the other CAs. So what I'm going to do is I will just copy this. I will add another client up. Let me get what is my certificate. So as I mentioned, I have two of them. Here is my root cert v3 and my point 2 site root cert auto hub spoke. So CA. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to get the details. Let me go to a thumbprint and I'm going to say to it, hey, this is the certificate. This is another client authentication that would be available for me, right? So I'm going to save this. I'm going to come back to my authentication. Let me just copy the path. Oops, and I'm going to import it again. And this time what's going to happen is going to identify the authentication, that token, that thumbprint that I gave says, hey, I have a CA, I have a root certificate, my self-signed certificate that is available inside my computer. And with that, I will be able to select my client cert. You see now it's available, before it wasn't, right? So now that I can add it, we'll save it and do some magic. All this is going to be deleted, CAs, the path, each time that we save a key, it changes. There's no real, so far I'm showing just the public key of a certificate, so it is safe to do it. And you can see I'm connected. And well, this is for another video, but what we're trying to do with it is something cool as, let's go away, let's go to this one. I'm working with an AI studio that's going to be deployed in a, how you call this, in a managed VNet, all hidden, and you will be able to access it directly from the VPN, through the VPN. Why is good for me, or why we're doing this? Our provider doesn't allow us to jump just in a VM, even through Bastion and everything, because you have to log in into your subscription, right? And once you log in, it asks you to onboard or in-tune your computer. We don't want to do that with every VM. So you can see here I'm inside a private hub, and I can jump into a private project and it all works. I didn't have to set up DNS, I didn't have to set up anything, but I will give more details about the solution in second video. So that's all that I wanted to do. To summarize, the agent, the client for the Azure VPN client, when the VPN provider, so this VPN network gateway for a point to site configuration, has more than one root certificate available, it chooses the last one. That's the one that comes in the configuration. How you fix it? Just add another client authenticate authority with your thumbprint that is installed in your computer, and then you will be able to see it and connect to it. That's all that I wanted to share for today. If you like it, that's great. I hope it helps. Take it easy. See ya.